morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Ruling parties will finalize seat allocation for local election. Efforts on the way to reach an understanding over the issue. CPN Unified Socialist unveils its election manifesto. The party places free electricity up to 200 units for each household. Supreme Court issues interim order in case related to NRB governor. Government told not to implement its decision until final verdict. Russian forces seize a city in eastern Ukraine. Kremlin is the first city to have fallen to Russia. And Liverpool sealed 4-0 win over Manchester United at Anfield. Mohamed Salah scores twice as Tourism Club side go top. And now the news in detail. A meeting of the five-party ruling alliance to force consensus for sharing seats in municipalities and sub-metropolis ended inconclusively. According to the local level elections preparations mobilization and monitoring committee of the ruling alliance, top leaders of the coalition government held a meeting at the Prime Minister's official residence yesterday afternoon to discuss the issue. Although the leaders have been discussing the issue since Monday's meeting, the parties are yet to take a final decision on the matter. It may be noted that the Nepali Congress, CPN Maoist Center, CPN Unified Socialist, Janata Samajwadi Party Nepal and Rashtriya Jana Morcha have decided to forge an alliance for the upcoming local election slated for May 13. Government spokesperson Gyanendra Bahadur Karki informed that all the parties are positive about reaching an understanding over the issue. Efforts are on the way to forge electoral alliance. The CPN Unified Socialist has unveiled its manifesto for the upcoming local election. A report.
Unveiling the election manifesto at a program organized in the capital on Tuesday, Unified Socialist Chairperson Madhav Kumar Nepal declared that each household would be provided with electricity up to 200 units free of cost through local government led by the party. Necessary coordination would be made with federal and provincial governments in this regard. He also noted that his party's manifesto outlines a plan to provide basic electricity service to all households and places top priority to provide free health, education and drinking water service through the budget of local government. The manifesto has also included popular programs that the Nepal-led government did before and the campaign-led Us Build Our Village on our own initiated by 9-month government of the CPN-UML. Each household of the rural municipality would be provided with 5,000 litres of water free of cost. Drinking water would be made available to the people of the area where drinking water is not under their reach, the manifesto reads.
Nepali Congress President and Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba has claimed that a plot is being hatched to break the existing coalition in the government. So cautions should be adopted, he said at an event organized yesterday on the occasion of the 53rd anniversary of the Nepal Student Union, the student wing of the NC. Deuba was of the view that the existing political alliance should not be broken at present. There is no situation wherein a single party gets majority in the poll, he claimed. So it should continue. The NC president said that the NSU should reach villages and school level to increase its significance and meaning. NSU has its presence in colleges and campuses across the nation, but why it is losing the Free Student Union elections? He questioned, adding that it required consolidating its foundations right from the school level. Stating that he was also the NSU president in the past and students should dream of reaching the noted post of Prime Minister and President in the future, he took time to urge students to explore excellence in academic career as well. He further claimed that no force would defeat the party in the upcoming elections provided that it remained integrated and intact. Senior leader of the Nepali Congress, Ramchandra Paudel, has said that the party have 5 alliance was formed to safeguard democracy and institutionalize challenges. A report.
Speaking at a program organized on the 53rd Establishment Day of the Nepal Students' Union, the student wing of the ruling NC leader Paudel said that the alliance was formed not to acquire power but for promoting the system. The alliance was formed not to make Sher Bahadur Deuba the prime minister but to protect democracy and the changes, added Paudel. He said that the NSU was formed when the then King Mahendra had imposed an authoritarian rule by dissolving the parliament, and it had a significant role in taking the nation towards the democratic path. He insisted on giving a full shape to the NSU Central Working Committee soon. Podell, who is also the founder member of the NSU, called for taking the organization to village and school level to increase the number of its members and to further consolidate the NSU. NC General Secretary Vishwaprakash Sharma claimed the incumbent coalition government was formed for the protection of constitution and its alliance for the local poll was the need of time. Similarly, NC Central Member and Home Minister Balkrishna Kant pointed out NSU's big role in the country's democratic movements. NC becomes stronger when the NSU gets consolidated. Democratic norms and values and press freedom get strong when the NC is strengthened, said the Home Minister.
Janata Bulletin will be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. The provision requiring foreign tourists to possess cash for obtaining on-arrival visa at the Tribhuvan International Airport has been revoked for the time being. A report.
It may be noted the Immigration Office at TIA had issued a notice a few days ago asking tourists to carry cash equivalent to $200 to obtain on-arrival visa upon landing in Nepal. The office cited that it was facing issues with electronic payment system and foreign tourists were expected to have cash to get the on-arrival visa. The notice sparked widespread protest among the public. The Immigration Office informed the provision has been removed from the time being. TIA manager Premnath Thakur confirmed the previous decision has been revoked. It has been learned that the airport authorities have initiated the process of installing ATM booths of Rashtriya Vanijya Bank at the Immigration Office since Monday. According to the Immigration Office, 2 ATM booths and 2 POS machines are to be added at TIA for convenience of the foreign tourists. Prior to this, only one ATM booth of Prabhu Bank was available at the TIA to serve the tourists, and the problem faced as the machine failed to read MasterCards.
The sky of Pokhara turned dark during yesterday afternoon due to rainfall. The strong windstorm and rainfall that occurred after 3 p.m. yesterday changed the weather all of a sudden. The thunderstorm and rainfall in Pokhara occurred due to the influence of the westerly winds and the local winds. Vehicles were running with headlights on in Pokhara when it was dark during the daytime due to the rain. The rainfall, however, provided respite to the hot weather experienced by the denizens of the lake since the past few days. The maximum temperature of Pokhara for the last 24 hours was measured at 32.3 degrees Celsius and the minimum at 19.4 degrees Celsius. Earlier, such high temperature was recorded in Pokhara on May 12, 2010. Confederation of Nepalese Industries has said that the country's economy is not in crisis as stated in recent days. The Confederation, however, suggested the government to be cautious although there is no financial crisis at the moment. A report.
During a press meet organized in Kathmandu on Tuesday, the Confederation of Nepalese Industries informed that all the indicators of economy of Nepal shows that the country is not in economic crisis. Chairman of the Confederation, Vishnu Prasad Agrawal, claimed that the available data and analysis of past records of economy indicate that Nepal is not in economic crisis. There is no need to panic although it has been publicized in recent days that country is in economic crisis. He rather suggested everyone to stay alert in the current circumstances. He further added that although the businesses are suffering due to lack of loan and problems in importing of the raw materials, the country is not in economic crisis. Chairman Agrawal said that the economy of Nepal is contracting at the moment and everyone should be vigilant about it.
आजको दिनमा एउटा त्यति मात्रै होइन, डिमान्ड पनि जुन हामीहरूको माग छ बजारमा त्यो पनि खुम्चिएर गइराखेको छ। साथैमा अर्थतन्त्र पनि खुम्चिने आधारहरू आइसकेका छन्। यस्तो स्थिति हुँदा हुँदै पनि जुन सरकारबाट जुन स्टेप्सहरू आइराखेका छन्, जुन राष्ट्र ब्याङ्कले स्टेपहरू लिइराखेका छन्, धेरै कुराहरूको बारेमा हल्ला पनि भइराखेका छन्।
Chairman Agrawal further said that due to the deficit in balance of payments, Nepal is facing a new financial problems. He suggested that there should be provision for foreigners to buy apartments in Nepal to increase the foreign currency reserves.
हामीहरूसँग रिसोर्सेसहरूको कमी हुन्छ र हामीहरूको एक्सपेन्डिचरहरू, हामीहरूको इम्पोर्टहरू बढी हुन्छ, तर हामीहरूसँग आफ्ना रिसोर्सेसहरूको कमी हुन्छ। अब यस्तो बेलामा के गर्नुपर्छ भने हामीहरूले आफ्नो रिसोर्सेसहरू बढाउनुपर्छ, हामीले आफ्नो इन्फ्लोहरू बढाउनुपर्छ।
The deputy chairman of the Confederation, Anustha Acharya, claimed that Nepal's economic situation is fine and there are just baseless rumors in the market comparing Nepal's economic situation with Sri Lanka.
And now the news from economic front. The Supreme Court on Tuesday issued an interim order not to implement the government's decision to form a probe panel against Governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank Mahaprasad Adhikari until a final verdict. A single bench of SC Justice Hari Prasad Fuyal issued the order asking the government not to implement its decision relating to Governor Adhikari, citing Article 132(2) and 304(1) of the Constitution of Nepal and Clause 23(1) of the Nepal Rashtra Bank Act 2058 PS. Adhikari had filed a writ petition on Sunday demanding the apex court to scrap the government's decision to form a panel to probe against him. Adhikari argued in a petition that the government formed the probe committee without giving him an opportunity for clarification. The Supreme Court issued the order after a preliminary hearing on the writ petition. The SC has also summoned both sides on April 26 for discussions. Earlier, a meeting of the Council of Ministers on April 8 had decided to form a panel to probe into Governor Adhikari, leading to this automatic suspension from the post. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Russian forces have seized the city of Kreminna in eastern Ukraine and Ukrainian troops have withdrawn from the city, the regional governor has said. Kreminna, which had a population of more than 18,000 before the war with Russia, appears to be the first city confirmed to have been taken by Russian forces since they launched a new offensive in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine, as reported by Al Jazeera. It is impossible to calculate the number of dead among the civilian population. We have official statistics about 200 dead, but in reality there are many more, he said, without making clear what period the estimated death toll covered. Russia, which launched what it calls a special military operation in Ukraine on February 24, denies targeting civilians. Russian Defense Ministry spokesman Major General Igor Kanasenkov said that air-launched missiles destroyed 13 Ukrainian troops and weapons locations. The assaults began Monday along a front that stretches more than 480 kilometers from northeast Ukraine to the country's southeast. At least one person has been killed and 13 others wounded after police opened fire at a group of people protesting new fuel price increase in central Sri Lanka, Al Jazeera reported. The incident on Tuesday was the first deadly shooting by security forces during weeks of demonstrations about the country's worst economic crisis in decades. 15 police personnel were also admitted to hospital with minor injuries after clashes with protesters. Police confirmed that they shot at the protesters in Ramkunna, 90 kilometers northeast of Colombo, the capital. To control the situation, police fired at the protesters, which injured several protesters. Thalduva told the Reuters news agency Sri Lanka is on the brink of bankruptcy with nearly $7 billion of its total $25 billion in foreign debt due to repayment this year. People have endured months of shortages of essentials such as food, cooking gas, fuel, and medicines, and lining up for hours to buy the very limited stock available. Thousands of protesters continue to occupy the entrance to the president's office for an 11th day Tuesday, blaming him for the economic crisis. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Liverpool moved 2 points clear at the top of the Premier League table with a dominant 4-0 win over Manchester United at Anfield. The trio of Luis Diaz, Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane scored the first 3 goals, 2 of them in the first 22 minutes, in an empathetic performance to which United simply had no answer. And Salah had a final say set up by Diogo Jota this time. With this second of the night to cap it off as Liverpool added a 4-goal win to their 5-goal beating of United in October. Ralf Rangnick's cautious 5-man defence seemed designed to keep things tighter than this time, but United were overwhelmed from the outset, missing the chance to press their claims for fourth. Former top pro Robbie Khadka took a 2-shot lead after the first round of Surya Nepal Challenge, the 6th event under Surya Nepal Golf Tour 2021-22 at the Par 68 Royal Nepal Golf Club on Tuesday. A report.
Robbie carded 6 under 62 to remain 2 strokes ahead of Deepak Magar and Bhuvan Kumar Roka, who fired 4 under 64 each, according to Nepal Golfers Association. Issuing a statement on Tuesday, the association said Surya Prasad Sharma and Nepal number 1 pro Bhuvan Nagar Koti shared the 4th position at 3 under 65, while Sanjay Lama, Neeraj Tamang and Ram Magar were tied for the 6th position, with amateur Subhas Tamang at 2 under 66. Pasupati Sharma and Bhimsen Chaulagai shared the 10th place at even par 68. Dinesh Prajapati, Than Bahadur Thapa and amateur Mahendra Pagami were tied for 12th at 69, while Binod Tamang, Bipin Tamang, Jairam Shrestha and amateur Gajendra Gurung shared the 15th position at 2 over 70. A total of 60 golfers, 38 pros and 22 amateur, are taking part in the tournament organized by Professional Golfers Association Nepal under the sponsorship of Surya Nepal Private Limited. Cut will be applied after the second round. The top 21 professionals with the ties and top 6 amateur, or who will make the professional cut, will make it to the final 36 holes. The event carries a total purse of Rs 545,000 and the winner will bag a cheque of Rs 100,000, while the runner-up will take home Rs 65,000 and the third position holder will earn Rs 46,000. Others in the top 21 will also receive their share of cash prizes.
We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Ruling parties fail to finalize seat allocation for local election. Efforts on the way to reach an understanding over the issue. CPN Unified Socialist unveils its election manifesto. The party places free electricity up to 200 units for each household. Supreme Court issues interim order in case related to NRB governor. Government told not to implement its decision until final verdict. Russian forces seize a city in eastern Ukraine. Kreminna is the first city to have fallen to Russia. And Liverpool seal 4-0 win over Manchester United at Anfield. Mohamed Salah scores twice as Georgian club side go top. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.